Hello everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to our career mode journey here with West Ham United. A huge thank you for all of your support. I appreciate you all, and I hope you are having a fantastic day. Now, in the previous episode, we played through the month of December. Some really good games in there. First up, a 3-3 draw with Manchester United before we beat Brighton 2-1 in a simmed game. Then it was a 3-1 defeat to Aston Villa, but quite possibly the game of the episode, Manchester City, a 4-3 victory. Jarrod Bowen with the performance of the season. He scored all 4 of our goals in that game. And then we had Fulham and Brighton, which we simmed both of those, but unfortunately lost them by 2-1. Speaking of Manchester City, at the moment, as you can see there, according to the manager market, Pep Guardiola is potentially resigning as manager of Manchester City. And we are now in the month of January. And that means, my friends, the transfer window is open. We did not sign any players in the summer transfer window. I wanted to go into the season with the same squad that West Ham have in real life. But now is our opportunity to strengthen our team. And we need to do that because in terms of bringing players off the bench to change games, we don't have that many options available to us. I've gone ahead and I filled our shortlist with potential signings that we could make. And I'll talk you through those in just a moment. But looking ahead at the games we've got in this jam-packed January month, Wolves away, Forest at home, a cup game against Bournemouth, Spurs away, Sunderland at home, and Chelsea away as well. We'll probably split January over the next 2 episodes. Before I do take a look, though, at that shortlist, I wanted to look through our squad. And there are a couple of players as well who I am planning on recalling from the loans that they currently have elsewhere. But as we start today's episode, 300 likes is the target. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode, my friends. So what I've also done is I have gone ahead and promoted any players that I felt were ready from the youth academy and then loan listed them so they can get experience playing elsewhere. So you can see the Groot is loan listed and there's quite a few other players as well. But first things first, at the moment, Aguerd is out on loan at Marseille and he's 82 rated. Now with Igor Julio having gone back to Brighton because he wasn't playing as much as they wanted, it makes sense to save a bit of money and recall him early from his loan because it would only cost us £400,000 to do that. So that's what I'm going to do, which means we've now got Mavropanos, Aguerd, Kilman and Todibo to play centre-back. Todibo has an injury for 2 weeks at the minute, so 4 very good centre-backs. I think we're okay defensively. The main aim is in the attacking areas that we need to try and strengthen in this transfer window. Alfie Morris, our 6'7" centre-back from our academy, has also been loan listed. Really, really excited to see his development. And hopefully, maybe next season or the season after, he'll make his debut for the club, if not sooner. Another player that we are going to recall from their loan is Edson Alvarez. Getting back into the team, he can be useful as a squad player. And if we wanted to sell him, we could as well transfer list him and try and see if we could get some money for him. I don't think he's part of my long-term plans here at West Ham, so it may be an opportunity to get some money in if we do look to sell him. Maxwell Cornet is another player that I am going to recall from his loan, 264,000. We'll transfer list him straight away because I don't think he has a future at the club. And for now, that's it. So, yeah, those players have come back from their loans. We'll see if they are able to contribute to our team. But let me take you through our shortlist because there's a lot of players on it. So what I did is I went through and shortlisted players that I think we have a real chance of signing. Either they're playing for teams who maybe aren't as strong as West Ham, or they're playing at clubs where they're just not getting first team football. For example, Liam Delap at Chelsea has played 1 game in all competitions this season for them. And so a move away from the club could mean first team football for him. But as I'm scrolling down this list, Joshua Zirkzee is another one at Manchester United. He's played 2 games all season. Savinho at Manchester City has only played 6 times in all competitions. Rayan Cherki has only played twice. Wanyeri, I mean, I say we have a real shot at signing. I don't think Wanyeri would come, along with Martinelli as well. Mason Mount hasn't really played for Manchester United. Nico Paz has been played for Como, but I do think he'd be a good signing for us. NDI's been playing at Everton, but you could argue we're a stronger side than Everton. Then we go to the Championship, where there's the likes of Jack Clark, Jaden Philogene, Kevin Schade from Brentford could be a really good option. Kobbie Mainoo, we know he's not getting the game time in real life at Manchester United at the moment. Maybe he comes to West Ham, reignites his career. Federico Chiesa, another one who's really only playing a bit part at Liverpool. Now, Semenyo is a really, really good option. Playing at Bournemouth, not sure he'd join us though. We'd have to see. Brahim Diaz, I don't know why he's on this shortlist. I don't think we have any chance of signing him. But yeah, there's some really good players on this shortlist, and we have £66 million to spend. So let's start making some offers. So we've currently got a deal agreed in place for Joshua Zirkzee of Manchester United for £21.5 million. He wants an important squad role, 4-year contract. Wages, what will he be looking at in terms of the wages? I think a fair wage is probably £60,000 a week. I'm not even sure how much he's on at Manchester United. He's happy with that. And for 60 grand a week, Joshua Zirkzee, he's here. Hasn't really hit the ground running at Manchester United, but he could be a very important player for us here at West Ham. Nice to see Bowen welcome him in as well. And that means we could probably let go of either Callum Wilson or Füllkrug. And Zirkzee, 6'4" as well. I do like having the height in this team. Really, really good addition, I think. Initially, I was looking at Liam Delap, but when I tried to sit down with Chelsea and talk about a potential offer for him, they are just not willing to negotiate with us being a rival club. What about Antoine Semenyo? £37 million. Are you having a laugh? 30 is probably my cut-off point. He's only worth 26. So 37 would be like £11 million more than he's worth. Now, is he worth 30 million quid is the question. That's kind of what we have to ask ourselves. They're sticking to their £31 million price tag. I'll go back in at 30 again, and if it's rejected, we'll look elsewhere for the time being. They want that 31. We're sticking to the 30. If they don't accept it, I mean, they're lowering their price. For an extra 600,000, we'll accept that. But I'm not sure whether or not £30 million is a good deal for Semenyo. I mean, the other options we've got is Schade, Mitoma, NDI. Schade, 24, 6'1". Mitoma's 28, so a bit older. And NDI's 25. He can play left mid, right mid, left wing. Schade can play left mid and left wing, so can't play on the right. Mitoma's the same as well. So in terms of versatility, Iliman NDI is probably the slightly better option. Let's sit down with both Brentford and Everton. And a deal has been agreed for Schade of 20.6 million. So cheaper than Semenyo. The problem is we don't know much about both players. And you can see scouting in progress, there's a day left. So might be a good idea to skip the days and then find out a bit more about them. So we'll do that in a moment. But I do want to sit down with Everton and discuss a potential deal for Iliman NDI. Everton are way off what I'm willing to pay for NDI. So it's between Semenyo and Schade. Semenyo, the slightly better player, 81 overall. Schade is 79. If we take a look at the head-to-head, Schade has 92 pace as opposed to the 81 of Semenyo. Semenyo are far better in terms of shooting and passing and dribbling and defending and physically. So really, Schade only has him on pace. But the deal on the table is £10 million less for Kevin Schade than that we would be paying to sign Antoine Semenyo. And if we opt for Schade, there is possibly enough money to sign one more player, whereas Semenyo would leave us with about £11 million left. Schade would leave us with just over 20. I think in that regard, then let's go for Schade. I think it makes better sense financially. And if we do want Semenyo, we could look in summer to bring him in at the end of this season. Let's see what it will be, though, in terms of wages for Kevin Schade. And, of course, he's playing against Somerville for a position out on the left-hand side of our attack. The deal has been agreed, and Kevin Schade becomes our second signing of the January transfer window. Welcome to West Ham United. And there you go, look, £20.6 million for Schade. And I've been looking at this thinking, we bring in players strengthening us and weakening our rivals if we sign players from the Premier League. And that's exactly what we're doing. It says transfer sum 20.6 million, best possible deal 23. So we got the best out of the deal there. And that is going to be it for the signings for now, because I want to scout a few more players, get some more information in. And then we've got about £20 million still to spend, but also players potentially could be leaving. So there is that as well. So let's play Wolves away at Molineux. And there will be a start for Joshua Zirkzee up front. I do need to actually bring off Mavropanos because he's not quite fully fit for this game. So Max Kilman will come back in to play centre-back as Schade makes the bench. And after his heroics in the previous episode, Jarrod Bowen now up to 17 goals in the Premier League. One behind Ollie Watkins, who leads the top scorer charts with 18. For Wolves, Verbruggen starts in goal, signed from Brighton this season. A 5-2-3 formation they are playing. Wijnaldum is in their team as well. Strand Larsen only makes the bench. And we are off and running here with Wolves starting the game. Wan-Bissaka winning that header. Unfortunately, Bowen could not keep the ball in play. Zirkzee wearing the number 31 shirt for us. And he'll be hoping that he gets off to a good start in his West Ham United career. As there is an opportunity for Wolves here. We have to be so careful. Wijnaldum, Gomez in the area already after just 4 minutes. It seemed all too simple for Wolverhampton Wanderers. I don't know how on earth Gomez had all the time in the world to pick his spot, but he did. Within a flash. I mean, not the greatest of defending, especially when you look at the fact that we've just brought Aguerd back from his loan from Marseille, thrown him straight into the team, and he's the man that's closest to Gomez, and he gets nowhere near him. Joshua Zirkzee's first touch is to kick the ball back off after conceding a goal from Wolves. Far from ideal. Here is Paquetá finding Wan-Bissaka forward here towards Zirkzee. Great hold-up play. Feeds Jarrod Bowen! And he finds the top corner. In that position. Inevitable. 18th of the season. This bug with the halfway line replays is not fun. That, though, is. As Bowen gets us straight back on level terms. And Zirkzee involved. Assist for him too. And you know what? I think a move like this will suit Zirkzee to a T. The pressure isn't really on him now at playing at a club like Manchester United for the amount of money he was signed for. He only cost us £20 million, so hasn't really got a big price tag that he has to almost pay back, if you will. And he can just enjoy his football. Here is Paquetá for Jarrod Bowen. Bowen now then, finding Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse here. Bowen's back through the centre. But instead, Ward-Prowse has tried to play Somerville. And Wolves got there first. Somerville forward towards Zirkzee. Control is good. Plays Bowen. Bowen now then back inside towards Paquetá for Zirkzee! Off the post! Oh! So close to a debut goal for Zirkzee. I mean, there is still a long time, so it's not like that's the only chance that he'll get. But how close was he to a first West Ham United goal? Ward-Prowse, Somerville, Zirkzee, Paquetá, Bowen, Jarrod Bowen! He doesn't miss! He does not miss! A remarkable season for West Ham United's captain continues. And if he keeps this up, a Player of the Season award may just be on the cards. It was lovely, fluid West Ham United football. And at the end of it is a player in red-hot form. Who knows where the goal is? Wijnaldum's ball, good pass, picked out Tolu well. And Areola has to save. Should have been 2-2. Tolu's effort. Good save. Paquetá's header here. Ward-Prowse now. Forward for Somerville. Somerville with space to run into. And he will use that space well. Really well, in fact. Charging forward towards Wolves' goal. Fake shot back inside. Somerville with an opportunity to place one. And Verbruggen saves well. Corner ball. Ward-Prowse to deliver. Whipped in. Souček's header. Verbruggen saves. Kept in play. Cleared away. West Ham United double change. Paquetá and Somerville off. Fernandez on, making his debut. Kevin Schade also on. Here is his first touch for his new club. Back towards Ward-Prowse. Gets the return from James Ward-Prowse as well. Looking to carry on here towards the Wolves penalty area. No pass on yet for him. Back heel way of Souček. Now it's with Zirkzee! Joshua Zirkzee is off the mark for West Ham United. And it's a wonderful finish into the top corner. You can see there, it says appearances 2. That's because until this game, he'd only played once all season for Manchester United in the Premier League. He's played once here for us, and he's got himself a goal. Fernandez. Now then, where's the next pass? Bowen is out on the right-hand side. Fernandez goes back in towards Souček. Fired forward for Zirkzee. He's gone and found Diouf. Diouf out here towards Schade. Schade back the way of Diouf. Carries on the run as well. Ball back towards him's good. It's Ward-Prowse. It's Zirkzee. It's magnificent. And it's West Ham United 2 to the good. And he's got 2 already. He could be a remarkable addition to this team. And what's really beautiful to see is Schade as well in there celebrating with him. 2 new additions who already seem to be fitting right in to West Ham United. Well, we conceded the first goal today, but hasn't mattered because the fight back has been beautiful. And here he is. He looks like he's a different player now, Zirkzee. Winning back the ball there, finding Jarrod Bowen, who's got to try and get in behind the Wolves defence. And he's done it. Back for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Brilliant save, Verbruggen. Strand Larsen, Arias. Arias is in. And it's a good finish, to be fair to him. Finds the top corner well. It's not going to change the outcome of the game, but it is another goal for Wolves to celebrate. And Arias with this finish, as soon as the game gets back underway, it will be the end. Unfortunately, it's not a 4-1 scoreline for us, but we'll take a 4-2 because of the attacking threat that we have posed all game long. Without Verbruggen, this could have been more for West Ham. I'm disappointed to concede the way we have, but it is what it is. As soon as the game gets back underway, Zirkzee will play it, and that will be full time. There you go. 4-2. Next up, we have a visit of Forest. Unfortunately, Zirkzee not fully fit to start, so Füllkrug is back in to play up front. Other than that, unchanged from the side that just beat Wolves. Forest in mid-table at the moment, and they line up with a 4-2-3-1, captained by Lucas Torreira, who partners Dominguez in midfield. Morgan Gibbs-White and Callum Uendo, 2 players to watch out for though. Ndoi into Callum Uendo. Got to be careful here, West Ham, that they do not let the chance happen. It's Gibbs-White. It's a brilliant challenge from Agard. What a challenge that was to stop Morgan Gibbs-White from being able to shoot. He is one of the danger men in this Forest side. Ball over the top from Ward-Prowse. Looks for Somerville, doesn't find him. But that was a real opportunity for Gibbs-White. And luckily for us, we were able to stop him from finding the first goal. Bowen inside to Paquetá. Paquetá can't fire the ball into Füllkrug, so instead plays Souček. He gives it away. Bit of a nervy start from West Ham, you'd say. Forest have done their homework. They are giving Jarrod Bowen absolutely nothing down this right-hand side. Callum Uendo trying to get in here. Mavropanos does well, but then concedes possession. What is he doing there? Ndoi now back towards the edge of the penalty area. Dominguez for Gibbs-White. I don't want to say anything, but it is the 45th minute. And a goal here would change the half-time team talk. Let's not let it happen. Not really seen either side deserve to go in to half-time leading. You might say Forest have had the slightly better of the first half, but it's minimal. It's 0-0 at the break. Wasn't happy with what I saw in that first half, so 2 changes. We've got Schade on for Füllkrug, and Bowen goes through the middle. And Fernandes on for Ward-Prowse. Bowen struggled to get in the game, but I will say that's more the fact that Forest have done a very good job defensively against him. So, yeah, hopefully shifting him maybe to a central position might just let him get in this game a little bit more. Paquetá forward towards Bowen, who turns, does really well. Plays Schade inside the area, looking for a first West Ham United goal! And he's got it! Substitution inspired. His 4th of the season, his first in West Ham colours, and it breaks the deadlock here at the London Stadium. Sells disappointed, but when Schade gets into that sort of position, you'd expect a goal as the outcome. And it was Bowen who made it centrally. As I say, struggled to get into the game on the right-hand side, so he made that change, and it's worked wonderfully. And that's the difference, right? Earlier on in the season, we weren't able to turn to the bench to change a game. Well, we did that here, and one of the players that we signed has got us in front. And West Ham have their tails up now then. Bowen back through. Schade again. About to be a dream for him. It is a dream for him. Just like that. 2 goals for West Ham United. And he's got himself a brace. Look at the reaction as well on the sidelines. This is how the managers earn their money, making changes when it's not going right. And we have completely turned this game into our favour. Oh, that is a great finish as well. Into that top corner. It's Bowen again though, turning provider. Schade is through, and what a goal. Previous game, Xerxes had an outstanding performance against Wolves. And now it's Schade here against Forest. We've done really well in the transfer window, it looks like. And who knows what the rest of the season will bring for West Ham United. But at the moment, we're 2-0 up against Forest and seemingly in control of this game, which is not what was happening in that first 45 minutes. So it's far better from us. Here is Torreira, though, for Forest. Paquetá's done well. So checks ball forward towards Somerville. Ahead of him is Fernandes. He's then got Paquetá to his right-hand side. His ball forward for Schade is good. Through towards Bowen. Might see an offside flag. We do. The third goal will not count, unfortunately. Jarrod Bowen just strays offside. But it was a lovely move again from West Ham. Warning sign as well for the rest of the Premier League, because our attacking fluidity is sublime. Gibbs wide. Chance. Goal. Sometimes I can't seem to get close to the AI when they're in our penalty area. And then I don't want to make a tackle because I don't want to give away a penalty. But like here, shifts it so well, Gibbs White. And then the finish at the end is clinical. 2 minutes to go until the full-time whistle. We'll still pick up the 3 points because I don't think Forest will now have enough time to be able to find a second goal to draw level. But it's just frustrating because that's the clean sheet now gone. And it was the last couple of minutes of the game. All we had to do was just hold out. 3 additional minutes from the referee. We are into 2 of those as we're keeping the ball around our back 4. Fired forward here for Schade. Controls. Back towards Paquetá. And Schade's made a run, which will give the run the ball through from Lucas Paquetá. Schade's ball inside is off the defender. Corner ball. Final chance of the game before we end this one. Somerville lifts it in, looking towards the middle. Schade looking to win it again, and there's full time. 2-1 the score. Maxwell Cornet has left the club as part of a £3.6 million deal, and we've still got £24 million to spend. Now, looking at the team, let's have a quick look and see where we potentially could spend this money. So, in terms of attacking options now, obviously Xerxes here, Schade's here. They were the 2 signings we made, and they've both hit the ground running. Really happy with their contributions so early on. And hopefully, they'll continue that for the rest of this season. I'm happy with Somerville. I'm happy with Bowen. Füllkrug and Wilson. Well, Wilson's contract's up at the end of the season, and so he'll be probably leaving on a free transfer. Füllkrug is also aging, so maybe we look to bring in another striker. I'll leave all that for the next episode. For now, though, my friends, that's going to be the end of this one. We will pick up the next video with the cup game against Bournemouth and at least one more signing in this transfer window. And then hopefully come the end of the season, we'll get even more money and we'll go back into the summer transfer window and strengthen further. A huge thank you for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, leave a like. 300 is the target. Subscribe if you are new around here and like what you see. Activate the notification bell as well so you don't miss any of the future videos here on the channel. Until next time, stay safe. Have a great day. Have a great evening. Look after each other. And I'll catch you all again soon. Adios.